I guess let's start with this week. We've obviously been talking about the World Cup, but let's start with this weekend. Norwich, probably the first really big test, considering where they are in the league.
I wouldn't say it's the first one. I think it's the next one. It's the next game in front of us. Very good team, obviously, really vastly experienced in this division and having success in this division as players and as a club. Game that we're really looking forward to. Been playing well over the last couple of weeks, and the boys are in a good place. So we're looking forward to the game. I think it'll be a good football team, a good football game rather, because they're the way they play as a team, and it'll be a good challenge for us. But we're really looking forward to it.
Chuba Akpom's in amazing form at the minute. A goal every game that you've been in charge, and we were all waiting for him to get announced in the England squad, but hasn't happened. What have you changed? Have you changed anything that's got him playing like this?
I wouldn't say I've changed it. I think, we've gone about playing football in a certain way and trying to go in a certain direction, and trying to put the players in a position where we feel we'll get the best out of them. Basically, Juba's been great. He hit the ground running from as soon as I've came in the door, and goals help, of course. That gets the headlines, but it's his performances and for the team and the work he does for the team, as of all the players have really bought into that, and we do look like a real good team, and within that individuals can shine and flourish, and Juba's goals have obviously done that for him. So great spell for him, and hopefully, and I'm sure it'll continue.
Any fresh injury concerns going into this weekend, or is it all right?
Nah, it's all right. I know what it's like as a player when you feel like you're playing well and you're enjoying it and you're winning. Don't let anything niggles that. You're just looking forward to the next game and training and being ready for the next game. So thankfully we're all right, yeah.
And then after this, a bit of a break, obviously, for the World Cup. With being in good form, I guess you'd rather not have it. But what will you do in that break? What will you spend the time doing?
Yeah, you can look at it in different ways. I think I'll take the positive from it and use it for what it is and make the best of it. I think the boys will have a week or so off and freshen up mentally as much as anything, and then we come back. We got the 3 weeks till building up to Luton, so in some ways it's the best of both worlds. It's a chance to freshen up, but a chance to kind of almost have a bit of a second pre-season in terms of topping up the fitness levels, but more importantly the kind of direction we want to go in principles, and work on a few things in training as well. So it's a nice balance, and we'll try and make the best of the time we got. Have
you had a chat to Zach Steffen yet at all? Obviously he missed out on the USA squad, and I think he was number one at one point, so I imagine he's feeling pretty sore about that. Have you offered him any advice? Yeah,
I've spoke to him. Hugely disappointed for Zach. I think he's been terrific, certainly since I've been here. He really has been terrific, and surprised, but I suppose managers and coaches are there to make judgment for their own reasons. But yeah, I'm very disappointed for Zach, and I kind of understand where he's at. I've been in around World Cups and missed out on one or two, and had mixed experiences myself with him. So I've spoke to them about that this morning, and there's only so much you can say. It's he's dealt with it very well, I must say, and looking forward to bouncing back and playing the game and getting back to what he's done great over recent weeks and play well for us.
On the other side of it, Ryan McGree is going. Have you been able to talk to him at all about what he might be able to expect as someone who went to a couple of World Cups, and maybe he might not play every game, but have you had a chance to chat to him about that?
I haven't gone into it too much with Riley. I think he's in a good place. Obviously, he's been playing well, and now got the World Cup to look forward to. But at the same time, we're looking forward to Saturday as much as anything. So Riley knows that. He'd be looking forward to the game exactly the same, and then whatever happens after that for him is great, and we'll support him. At the moment, we're all eyes on Saturday.
Good luck on Saturday. Cheers.
Well, you talked there about obviously Zach Steffen and speaking to him after the disappointment, and in those discussions you have sensed that kind of mentally he's in the right place, because I can't even begin to imagine how disappointing that must be. But in terms of thinking about Saturday in Middlesbrough, you're confident he's in the right headspace.
Yeah. In terms of Saturday, 100%. It's a blow. As I said, it's disappointment hugely for Zach, and but life throws up, things and ups and downs, and as I said myself, a lot of the times when I've been disappointed and what people might think is a low point, actually you find yourself coming through that and being stronger, being a better player for it, and using it as a bit of a motivation and a stimulus to find that fire inside you to want to prove people wrong, and I'm sure Zach will do that. We'll give him the platform to do that here, and we'll fully support him. And speaking to him and seeing today, he's head's in a good place for us on the weekend, and I'm sure deep inside it's disappointment and it's tough to take. I don't expect everything to be fine with him, because it shouldn't, because it's it's part of why we play the game, to represent your country. But at the same point, he's dealt with it very well, and we're here for him and to support him whatever he needs.
You mentioned Akpom and the fact that he's making a lot of headlines at the moment. One player who doesn't necessarily always get the headlines, but he's so vital to Boro, and he made his 250th club appearance at Blackpool. Johnny Howson, we've spoken so much recently about him and Hackney in the midfield. How important has Johnny Howson been, to kind of helping Hackney come through, and just in general?
Yeah, he's got a real common presence, Johnny, about him, and he's obviously captain. He's not one that'll go around shouting and screaming and dictating so much with his voice. It's more the example and the calmness and composure that he has, and he's been a real influence. He's obviously helped Hayden a lot, playing alongside each other and to balance off each other very well, and the dynamic works well. And I think we've all seen both of them have kind of flourished in recent weeks. So goes unnoticed a lot of the work Johnny does at times, but he's very important for the team and what we're trying to do. Yeah,
and I believe he's approaching 600. I think it's league appearances overall. Not far off that now. I mean, experience as well. That's so vital, isn't it?
Yeah, you need a mix within a team, within a squad, within a group, of the dynamics of you need that youthful freshness, kind of enthusiasm and energy around the group, and you also need the older heads for that composure and being there and seeing it and done most of it. So listen, he's had a fantastic career, Johnny, and long may it continue.
Yeah, just lastly for me, you mentioned injuries there. Just to ask about a couple who obviously haven't been involved. Matt Clark, I think he had a problem with his back before you came in, and how's he doing at the moment?
Yeah, he's doing all right. He's progressing. It'll be after the break for Clarky, so he's with the physios at the minute and getting back, but he won't be back for this weekend.
Is Duncan's situation still the same?
It's ongoing. Duncan, obviously, we had the bang on the head, and we're just being really careful with him. Really, he has been back training in and around the group, but again, it's a little bit of a day by day in assessing it how it goes. So we'll just have to wait and see.
On Tuesday, Michael, you talked about how pleased you were with the clean sheet. Dale Fry, I thought, was excellent on Tuesday and on Saturday. At the start of the season, he found himself out the team for probably the first times in a couple of years. How good has he been, and how impressed have you been since you came in with it?
He's done very well. I think he's game by game you can see him growing. Big lad anyway, but you can see him growing in terms of assurance and presence and that real confidence within his game. And together with Dara, I think they've kind of complemented each other very well. I think a lot of it comes from, for us as a team, defending well as a team, and it, having your layers of protection in front and starting from the boys up top, and it does make it easier for the boys at the back when they've got that extra layer of protection. But he's been a real presence for us, not just defending, but on the ball and making things happen from the back. Both the centre half. So being really pleased with both of them.
And on Dale in particular, when Jonathan was in charge, Jonathan was a big fan of him and talked a lot about what he can go on to achieve. It can only be a good thing for Dale to have him back around, to be training with him day in, day out, learning from him again.
Yeah, well, there's not many better than Woody and how he sees the game and what he could achieve and what he did achieve as a player, and then the experiences that he can pass on. He's had a bit of everything in his career, Woody, and he's passing that on to Dale as well as all the other boys. Is every day, and it's more the drip feeding of information rather than a big sit down chat and advice. It's just constant little bits, and I'm sure Dale appreciates that.
And we talked on Tuesday about the fact you've had a settled team, three games where you've played the same team. The players who've been out of the team, what can they do during the break to force their way back into your thoughts, or not into your thoughts, into the team?
They can carry on doing what they're doing. I think the training's been really, really good. The attitude's been fantastic. I understand the position that they have found themselves in over the last week or so, and I've been there as a player myself, and I understand that. They're just as important, if not more important, than the boys that start at times, and I really believe that for the energy that they can give to the team, and actually as the season goes, we're going to need every single player to play a big part in that. So I'm fully aware of that, and keeping the group together. It's not a case of a starting team and others. We're all in it together because we need each other. Simple as that. And the quality that we have, I tried to get everyone as much as I could the other night off the bench and be part of it. And because there's good players there, very good players there that are pushing to be involved a little bit more. So we'll have to see what Saturday throws up.
And I guess for El's inclusion on Tuesday, it shows, if they're doing pressing training, they will get the chance.
Yeah, for sure. It's for anyone, whether it's the younger lads coming through the academy and progressing through, or whether it's the older boys who are already here and established first team players. I think it's important for everyone to have that edge and keep pushing all the time and never be in that comfort zone. And so the opportunities are there. I'll try and be as fair and give the boys the chance when it's warranted, and teams playing well individually and collectively, we're in a good place. So everyone keep chipping in, and it continues in that vein.
And last one from me, I've seen you getting your prep in for the challenge in December, the 5k challenge in December. Can you just talk a bit about kind of your thinking, where the foundation came from, what prompted you to start it, and what good causes you hope to support by doing the challenge? Yeah,
I was a little bit out of breath doing that video. It was towards the end. It was the first take, mine. Yeah, we've done the 5k day now. This is the 4th year we've done it, and it's a challenge, 5k a day every day in December, for my own foundation, and whether it's a run, a walk, a cycle, a swim, whatever kind of you want to do, and it's proved to be hugely popular. I'll do it myself. I really enjoy it. It makes me do exercise. So I started my foundation up 5 years ago when I had my testimonial at United, and something I'm really passionate about is helping and giving young people a chance in life, and helping them, underprivileged children in and around Manchester and in and around the North East where I'm from. We have various projects, and we want to try and work closely with the club and the foundation here to help local communities and children, because I think it's similar to football in many ways. I think everyone deserves a chance, like you're saying about players getting a chance in the team. Everyone deserves that chance, and then it's whether they take it or not, then that's up to them, and then the story goes on there. But especially children who maybe don't have as many chances or opportunities as others, I think it's something I'm really passionate about. My family and my own kids are heavily involved in the foundation, and I really enjoy trying to give a little bit back. So any support, if you fancy doing it, any support. Yeah, we're spreading the word. Yeah, so if any support will be greatly appreciated. Juicy's going to do it as well. He's just
right. So you're just gearing up your fitness levels, are you, Michael? You said you were blowing on, certainly not one to talk, but you're flagging a little bit at the moment?
I've just started up again, actually. It did make me think I do need to get myself in gear a little bit, but it's something I enjoy doing. Actually, I think for my mind, for well-being, almost, it gives you that little being out in the fresh air and running, and clears your mind a lot. So it makes me feel a lot better about myself, being a busy few weeks here. So it's important to do that and look after yourself, more importantly. And so yeah, looking forward to it.
How much have you been getting involved in training? You often hear people talking about ex-managers. Zola might be an example where they say he's still the best player. Do you?
No. Them days are gone. For me, when you finish playing, you finish playing, and I'm not one of them that is hanging on and trying to be involved in training because I genuinely not that fussed about playing anymore. I had my time and I enjoyed it for what it was, loved it, but I kind of had enough. And my body tells me that's had enough as well. So now I'm more on the other side now a little bit and trying to help the boys in different ways.
It's obviously probably been a bit of a whirlwind, 4 games rammed into 2.5 weeks. How are you sleeping? A bit less?
Good. I have to say the staff have been unbelievable here and made me feel settled. It feels like I've been here a lot longer than that in terms of knowing everybody, knowing how things work, feeling comfortable in the surroundings. It really does feel like I've been here a lot longer. So from that, yeah, it's been pretty calm, to be honest. Pretty calm and focused, and obviously a lot of work's been done. But at the same point, we haven't been chasing our tails. It's all been in good shape, and that's thanks largely to the staff and the players for making it so easy for me in some ways.
You knew what you were getting into. Is there an element of the job that's surprised you, or you maybe underestimated a little bit, which you're finding out now?
So far, no. To be honest, I'm not saying I know it all by any stretch, but and I'm sure there'll be challenges as we go. But at the moment, over the first couple of weeks, it's largely down to the players and the staff for making that the way for me. But we keep playing well, keep winning games, and things do becoming a lot easier.
Yeah, well, thank you very much.
Yeah, Michael, Marcus Force has been starting a few games recently, and obviously he took the ball for the penalty and tucked it away well. How much is he gaining from his run in the side?
Hopefully an awful lot. I think he's one. He came on Preston and caught the eye, and it's that kind of offer something and catch the eye of us and take the opportunities like we spoke about of, get that chance when you get it, whether it's training, whether it's games, and make the difference. And he has done, and he's offered an awful lot to the team, and I'm really pleased for him that he got his goal. I spoke about it after the game because he deserved it, for the work that he puts in and has put in, and not always maybe getting the chances and the benefits from it, but the team have benefited from it definitely. And Tuber obviously allowed him to, and they sorted it themselves, and then Tuber gets his goal. So in funny kind of way, it was perfect way that they both ended up scoring. So I was delighted for Marcus. Great penalty as well, with real assurance and confidence, and that'll mean a lot to him, I'm sure.
And you've already alluded to this, but Norwich are a team that have been very successful in the Championship. So how much is it a marker for Boro in where we're at that game on Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, it'll tell us a little bit more, it'll tell me a little bit more, but it's not make or break by any stretch. It's the next game for us, and we want to be better again as a team and perform better and try and win the game. Not putting much more on it, to be honest. I think there's so much for the season to go that not getting carried away with position in the league or making too rash judgments on this next challenge. It's a big challenge for us. It's a good, rather than a big one, it's a good challenge for us, and we'll look forward to the game and see how we get on. But I won't be making a rash kind of analysis of the team, just how the game goes on Saturday.